Okay, now, so this is going to be a completely spoiler filled rant on The Rise of Skywalker. I just finished it and I took a bunch of notes on the movie and wanted to talk about it. Alright, so this movie was bad. The more I watched it, the worse it got, and the more I think about it after seeing it about an hour ago, just the worse it gets. So I'm just going to go over some stuff that so so dumb in this movie. The best part of this movie, honestly, was the lightsaber Diet Coke I got in the R2D2 popcorn bin that I that I way overpaid for. I don't know what's happened here, but let me just get started here. All right, so we have Rey, Finn, and Poe all coming together, even though we don't really have any bonds between them. Like, they're trying to be like the original cast with Luke and Leia and Han and Chewie, but there's just nothing there. It just feels so, I don't know, like they just forgot to build bonds with them in the earlier movies. Like, why do we care about any of these characters? We just don't. I really don't care about anyone at all. They're just so, not boring, but their just bonds are so lame. It's really, really dumb. All right, so Carrie Fisher's appearance, she appears in the movie, and I get that it's going to be hard to put Carrie Fisher in the movie because she's dead, and I understand that. And they do kind of do their best, but it's not very good. She'll just be in a scene, and it looks good. It looks convincing. Maybe they've probably cut it from older footage. I'm not exactly sure how they did it, but it's not half bad. Her visual appearance, other than one time when we go back in time, when Luke and Leia are fighting because they're practicing like their lightsaber skills, and we get young Luke, which I actually think looks pretty good, and we get young Leia, which looks very, very off, like maybe worse than Rogue One, but it's been a while since I've seen Rogue One, so maybe not. It just looks it just looks really, really odd. I don't even know what to say about that. And speaking of Leia, because this is a spoiler, we already know she's dead. Okay, she died in the movie, and she died in the stupidest possible way. I don't even know how to explain this. So the connections that Rey and Kylo have, now Leia and Kylo have, kind of, I guess. So during a fight between Rey and Kylo, Rey stabs Kylo, and it kills Leia, I think. I'm still really confused by what the hell's happening. I don't get it. I guess she died. I'm really at a loss for words at this point because it just makes no sense. We kind of understand that Kylo and Rey have this special connection and they can almost like talk to each other when they're not there, which is cool and all. But now they can. Other people are coming into this and being killed. It doesn't make any sense. And speaking of the connections between them, it kind of seems arbitrary what goes through the dimensions or whatever the hell it is with Kylo and Rey. During one scene where Rey is in Kylo's chambers and Kylo is on that one snowy planet, I don't really know what it's called. They're kind of like going back and forth and fighting, sort of, I guess. And Darth Vader's helmet goes through the other dimension to Kylo's space, but not the debris, and the berries that Kylo Ren hit with his lightsaber go, but not the I don't know. It's so confusing, and like I think they think it's cool, but they don't really think it out all that much. So it's cool when you like think about it for like half a second, but any more than that, and it's just like, what the hell is happening here? All right. I'm just going through my notes now at this point because there's just so much stupid stuff in this. All right, here's another. Why is Palpatine in the movie? I mean, I could explain to you why. The reasoning is that he created Snoke, I guess, and he's been pulling the strings all along. Okay. Why? This doesn't really make any sense. Like, I get they said this was planned out from the beginning, but it really feels ham-fisted. Like, what the hell? Why is he in this movie? It doesn't make any sense. It feels so ham-fisted. Like they just needed, like, oh shoot, we killed Snoke. Rian Johnson, why did you kill Snoke? We need someone else pulling the strings, so might as well be Palpatine. He has a bunch of Snokes in a container. I don't get it. He's still alive somehow. Don't ask me how he's still alive. But the big reveal. Rey's parents. And who are Rey's parents? Palpatine's children. I was so shocked and dismayed, and I just groaned and rolled my eyes so hard in the movie theater. What the hell is this? I'm trying to be quiet because I have people sleeping in my house, but man, I don't even know what to say. Why is she, like, did they not know? Like, it feels so ham-fisted. Oh, she's Palpatine's, oh my gosh, she's Palpatine's granddaughter. And Rey's parents are obviously Palpatine's kids. But where did this come into play? Palpatine has kids? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, Palpatine's this all-powerful leader. He doesn't care about all that worldly stuff. He just wants power. Why does he have kids? Does he have a wife? What? I don't get it. Like, the answer that she's really nobody is honestly better than this. And that's a pretty crappy answer, if I'm being honest. This is just so stupid. Every moment, I can't fathom how dumb this all feels. I mean, it really does. Like, him being in the movie is dumb, and now she's his granddaughter, and it just feels like the stupidest twist ever. Like, what would be a big twist? Oh, Rey's Palpatine's daughter. But then there's no reason behind it. It's just, oh, it's a cool twist, huh? Like some stupid fan fiction. I don't know. It's just so dumb. And that's all I can really say about it. And there's like more scenes like in The Last Jedi where there's like, she's like tempted by the dark side and, oh, will she, won't she? And they play the safe route. She doesn't. It would have been so much cooler. So much cooler if we had Rey turn to the dark side. At least in my opinion, we had something a little different. But no, we played the safe route, and Rey's a good guy, and she's going to do what's best, and everything's going to work out, blah, 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 blah. It's so boring. It would be so much cooler if she turned to the dark side. I thought about that with The Last Jedi, and I had the same feelings here. It would have been so much cooler and bolder if they just win all four, and you're like, you know what, screw it. She's a bad guy now, but they don't. She's a good guy. Maybe for a second, maybe she's going to switch, just like in The Last Jedi, but again, she doesn't, and what do you really expect with these movies? Anything's going to be bold, and we get to see a Rey, a dark version of Rey, a premonition, or whatever you have it, and it's kind of cool, but kind of corny too. Oh, look, she has a fancy new lightsaber too. Oh, how hers? What's hers like? It's a foldable lightsaber. Why is it a foldable lightsaber? I don't know. It's so stupid, but it is. And she also has, and she can growl. Oh my gosh. What the hell is this? She's growling. The premonition is growling at Rey at one point in the movie. Oh my gosh, I'm going all over the place here, but that's what the movie feels like. Why? What is this? We see a stupid-ass premonition, but would have been cooler than what we got. Now, looking at my notes here, so when they're trying to find out where this holocron, not a holocron, but this weird triangle thing, it's going to lead us to Palpatine. They're looking for it. They find a knife that has the location and coordinates of it. C-3PO reads it, but then it's his memory bank. Oh, we can't do this. We're going to have to completely destroy his memory if to get this information. Like, oh no. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I guess we're going to have to wipe his memory. Okay. There's this super advanced civilization. You're telling me they can't take a space memory stick, a space thumb drive, and just stick it in C-3PO and copy the information to make a new... And then, delete, just get the information from the copied version. No, we have to completely destroy his memory. But it doesn't really matter because R2D2 just has a save of him, a backup file from like the cloud or whatever the hell he has. I don't know why they couldn't have found a thumb drive, a space thumb drive, or whatever the hell it was. Oh my gosh, this whole movie, man, is really, really getting at me. All right, Han Solo comes back. Why? I don't know. It's really stupid. The fight, Kylo Ren and Kylo Ren and Rey fight, and it's cool. It's cool enough. It's cool choreographed. There's cool visuals. I'll give them that. But once Rey takes his fighter and leaves, Han comes back and talks to him. But like, it's not like a voice in his head or anything like that. No, it's literally just him. It's just Han Solo. It's Harrison Ford just walking towards him. Like, what? I'm so confused. Like, I mean, I get that. Like, so Jedi can come back in this like blue ghosty kind of way. No, but Han Solo just comes back in his like full physical form. Like it's his memory of his dad, but still, it doesn't make any sense, man. It really doesn't. Speaking of convenient appearances, Lando comes in on this weird Burning Man planet, I guess. That's what it is, and he just happens to be at the Burning Man planet. These conveniences are kind of annoying. Like, it's this giant, huge galaxy, but everyone just happens to be meeting up like it's like your local town of 1,000 people. I don't know. He plays a really small part in the movie. It's like barely even worth mentioning. What else here? Chewie at the very end of the movie gets a medal. Why? That lady with the weird eyeballs, I don't even remember her name, but she gives it to him kind of out of nowhere. They're like, oh, it would be cool fan service if Chewie got his medal, because he never got his medal in A New Hope. But it doesn't really add anything, and like, he didn't really perform any brave act, so like, who cares? Oh my gosh, I know I'm skipping around back and forth here, but like, I just kind of had to talk about this now while it's still fresh in my head. Back to Palpatine real quick. The final fight of the movie. It's the big culmination of the final of the Skywalker movies. There's 9 of them, and it's the big one. Oh my gosh. So Palpatine tells Rey that, hey, you want to save your friends? Kill me. I'll become part of you. And basically we'll rule the galaxy. That's kind of what I got. Rey's like, no, I'm not going to do it. So what does Palpatine do? He takes like this force lightning and shoots it into the sky, and there's this huge battle going on, and he's electrocuting all the rebel ships or resistance ships. But it doesn't matter. Like, it's cool, but then like he stops his lightning, and when like either Rey or Kylo get up, I don't really remember. I don't really honestly care. And then all the ships are fine. No one died. No one got hurt. It was pointless. Like, I guess it added some tension, but like, I don't know. You kind of knew that they're not all gonna die. With like, because Kylo is there because he's now good and wants to save Rey. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I can't with this movie. Okay, so he tries to save Rey, and they go to fight him, but he takes their soul away or something like that. I don't know. Oh, forgot to mention, the Resistance, if you remember, when they were on Crate in the last movie, no one helped them. And they bring that up. Oh, no one helped us last time. Oh, what's going to happen this time? Oh, our fighters are being destroyed. What are we going to do? And the Resistance comes, everyone helps them. Why? Why did they help them this time and not last time? I don't know. If someone could explain to me, that would be great, because I honestly have no freaking clue. No clue at all. But now we got this big whole, there's thousands of ships. I mean, it's cool visually, I guess. Because now we got all these Star Destroyers that Palpatine has been building or something. I mean, I assume he's building them because, like, they have now Death Star or Star Destroyer. Like, they have these lasers that are planet destroyers now. Does every Star Wars movie need to have a planet destroyer in it? Like, really? Really? So now they have to fight all these Star Destroyers because They all have planet-destroying weapons on them for some reason. Why? Why do they need to have planet-destroying? Like, to build up, increase the stakes, I guess. But they just seem so forced, man. But I don't know. That whole battle was kind of visually cool. It was cool in the beginning of the movie when all the ships came out of the ground. You're like, whoa, there's this big force, and somehow they've been building these ships. I don't really know how they're building these ships. Like, really? I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know how he was building these ships. Like, he has some followers that are on this planet. They building it? I don't know. It's so confusing. They don't explain, like, anything. It just doesn't make any sense. This whole movie doesn't make sense. Makes about as much sense as my ramblings right now. Let's see, what else here? Yeah, that's just annoying. Do we really need these planet destroy? So we had episode 4, we had the Death Star. Episode 6, we have the Death Star 2. And then in episode 7, we have the Star Killer Base, or whatever it's called, or the planet. Why? Okay, it's Death Star again. Death Star 3. Now this is Death Star 4, but they're all in Star Destroyers, I guess. I don't know, man. It's dumb. It's stupid. Back on that final battle, most of my issues actually really come in the final act of the movie. Up to that point, it was fine. It was great, really, but it was kind of boring, safe, not as offensively bad as like the prequels or episode 8 was, but whatever. It just got to the end, man, and I lost all my patience with this movie. So after the life force has been sucked from Kylo and Rey, oh my gosh, because after they've been sucked, Rey grabs the lightsabers that she now has and force blocks Palpatine, and for some reason Palpatine's lightning, he only is aiming at the lightsaber. It's not like there's other parts of her body you could hit, but no. He has to aim it at the lightsaber. She crosses her lightsabers and it rips Palpatine apart, which is kind of cool. Like, I guess, just ripping his face off and whatnot. But that takes the life out of her. Why? What? She's now like the most powerful Jedi ever, it seems like. And she can't block lightning for like a couple seconds? Like, everyone else was able to do it perfectly fine in the other movies, and even the prequels, and I don't know why, but she somehow dies. What? Kylo Ren picks her up and somehow gives his life force to her, so now she's alive. And they kiss. Why do they kiss? Why do they kiss? There's oh my gosh, maybe in like some fan fiction there's like some romantic tension between them, but really, like, they want to join hands and stuff, but there's like maybe a little romantic tension, but like, I don't know what the hell this is. There's like, they're making out now, they're lovers, but then he dies. But not only does he die, he disappears and fades away, like Obi-Wan did in A New Hope. Oh my gosh, why? I'm getting a headache now thinking about this because it just hurts my brain. It's so stupid, all of it. I don't get it. I'm just gonna go into the last couple points here. Why does Rey even bother with a staff? She has a lightsaber and a blaster, and she needs a staff, like, maybe to be more discreet, I guess. Maybe, but that doesn't make any sense. You have a lightsaber and a blaster. I'll give credit that I think having the blaster is pretty cool. It would probably make all the Jedi a lot more effective if they would use a blaster for some longer range combat. And it's effective here. Now, I think, honestly, more the Jedi could use a blaster on their side. But yeah, I don't know why she has a staff. What else is here? Oh my gosh, Chewie's supposed death. We know he's not gonna die. Rey blows up a ship, but we don't see him die. And I'm sick of movies doing this now. We're like, oh, they're dead, but we don't see their death, so they're not dead. This happens in the Marvel movies. It has happening in the Star Wars movies, Game of Thrones, everything. It's just they think we're dumbasses, and we don't know that they're not dead. And it's honestly just getting annoying. Like, if you do not see someone die, they are not dead. Palpatine fell off of what I don't know into a reactor, whatever the hell it is, and he's alive somehow. How? I don't know. I don't know how he's alive. But this kind of how these movies go now. He's not dead, as it turns out. But what did you really expect? Knights of Ren. Remember those guys? They were really cool in The Force Awakens with those premonitions. But they're barely used here. They don't look as cool as I remember them seeing in Force Awakens, but maybe it's just my memory. They're just boring. Like, they're a bunch of people that come from whatever the hell the planet's name is where Palpatine's residing at. And we don't see him train. We don't see anything. We don't even see them act that cool. Like, they just kind of get killed by Kylo Ren pretty easily. Like, there's like 6 of them, 7 of them, I don't know. And they die from Kylo Ren, like, just like that. They'd fight him a little bit, but then he just uses his force, and then they're all gone. We don't see them. It sounds so cool. The Knights of Ren. I remember. Oh, what are these badass dudes? Oh, they have like a mace, and an axe, and like some staffs. I guess that's cool. I guess. And speaking of underutilized characters, the Emperor's Guard. Remember the red stormtroopers or the red First Order troopers? They're the Final Order now. Whatever the hell they are. They're cool visually. They're on the new front of the Star Wars Battlefront game. You, like, never see them. You see them for, like, half a scene in the dark, and that's it. They're just, again, underutilized. They're cool visually, but you barely see them, and it doesn't really even matter. I mean, what does this matter at all? This whole movie. I'm looking here. I think I got through everything. Just so much stupid. The final scene of this movie. Oh my gosh. So Rey goes back to Tatooine, the moisture farm where Luke and Uncle O, I think it's Uncle Owen, and his wife were. Some lady asks her, "Oh, who are you? No one's been here in a while." And she says her name is Rey. And calling back to an earlier scene in the movie where someone asked her name and she said Rey, and they said, "You like your last name?" And she said, "I don't have one." And now she knows it's Palpatine, but wants to get rid of that. She says, Rey Skywalker. I don't even really know what to say. Honestly, what was that? I mean, what else did I expect from that? What else did I expect from this movie? I mean, seriously. Rey Skywalker. Fine. I get it. I don't get it. Really. This is just all so stupid. Like, oh my gosh. This is rambling on for, looking here, what are we at, 23 minutes now? I didn't even think I'd go this far, but here we are. On to some of the positives, I guess. Visually, it's cool, but the visuals don't really have any meaning. They're cool without having any real meaning to them. Like, these Star Destroyers coming out of the ground in the beginning of the movie is awesome. That doesn't really mean anything. It's just dumb. I don't know. Some of the new troopers are cool. There's some nice visuals here and there. The cinematography's good. The acting's good. The writing is just... It's all over the place, really. And I don't honestly really know what else to say here. Because I'm honestly just at a loss for words at this point. So I rated it right when I came out of the movie on Letterboxd a 3 out of 5, 6 out of 10. I guess that's fair. Honestly, it's probably even lower now, maybe a 5 out of 10. It's just so disappointing. Like, what happened to Star Wars, man? I get it, the annoying fanboys like myself ranting online, but I don't know what else to say. We're at maybe 5 good Star Wars movies: the original trilogy, Rogue One, and The Force Awakens was fine. It was good. It was fine, and everything else is just... the prequels are so bad. I mean, Episode 3 had its moments, but the prequels were mostly just awful. Episode 8 was just horrendous. Solo was boring as hell. And this movie was just a mix of boring as hell, like Solo, and just bad. Like, what the hell was the last movie called? The Last Jedi. So that's about it. It's rather disappointing to see my favorite franchise of all time go this route. All right. And if you've been wondering what the gameplay in the background is, it's probably going to be a bit of the trailer for the movie, but also some footage I captured of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, me falling through the world. I feel like it fits nicely. All right. That's it.